Welcome to the Full-Time FBA Show. In each episode, it's our goal to help you turn part-time hours into a full-time income selling almost anything on Amazon. And now, your hosts of the show, Stephen and Rebecca Smotherman.
Welcome to the Full-Time FBA Show. This is episode number 253. And today we're going to talk about how to overcome the worst aspect of selling wholesale on Amazon. And to talk with us today about this is my wife and business partner, Rebecca. What's up, Rebecca?
Hey, I am here and ready to talk about this. I was going to say I'm excited to talk about this, but whenever we have a title that's the worst aspect, that's not very exciting. But I know that you are a silver lining kind of a person, Stephen, and I have absorbed that from being married to you. I was not that way when I was younger. I was going to say I didn't used to be that way, but I thought that might be too Texas to say I didn't used to. But anyway, I have learned to have more of a positive outlook where I can see how to overcome the worst aspect is a positive thing.
That's right.
So let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Well, before we get into our topic real quick, I want to make sure if you are listening right now that you are signed up for our newsletter. Be sure you're signed up at fulltimefba.com. We send out regular emails with information about the podcast, new episodes, new articles that we have coming out, other information about trainings that we have, and coupon codes. So you want to make sure that you're on that email list and don't miss out on anything at fulltimefba.com. So it's really exciting to think about adding wholesale sourcing to your Amazon business. I mean, buying items wholesale direct at super low prices to sell on Amazon sounds like the golden ticket to Amazon selling success. But when many Amazon sellers begin their journey of reaching out directly to wholesale brands, they experience what could metaphorically feel like a door being slammed in their face. They call or they email these brands, cold calls, cold emails, and request permission to sell their items on Amazon or to sell their items, quote, online, which the brands always assume means Amazon. And then once the brand finds out that you want to sell their products on Amazon, they reply quickly and briefly with no.
Yeah, and the fact that these brands are so quick to reply with a no is easily the worst aspect of selling wholesale on Amazon. If you're trying to sell wholesale on Amazon and you keep getting slammed in the face with a metaphorical door, you get that no, it's really frustrating. I mean, you know you're a quality seller, right? I mean, so why do these brands seem to reject any Amazon seller from selling their products on Amazon? Well, we'll answer that question first, but definitely keep listening because we're also going to blow your mind and let you know about how this worst aspect of selling on Amazon is actually the best aspect of selling wholesale on Amazon. Confused a little bit? Keep listening. We'll explain ourselves.
So first, let's talk about why most brands are so quick to reject any and all Amazon sellers from selling their products. There are a few reasons, but the biggest reason is that, and let me be honest here, most Amazon sellers suck when it comes to working with wholesale brands.
It's true.
Yes,
I'm thinking of the Dwight Schrute meme. It's true.
Yeah. For example, most wholesale brands, or at least the good ones that you want to work with, have what is called a MAP policy. And MAP stands for Minimum Advertised Price, which is basically an agreement that you, the Amazon seller, make with the brand that you will not price that brand's products any lower than the agreed upon price. It's a low price that they've set. You can price higher than that, but you cannot go lower than that as your advertised price. And let me tell you, most Amazon sellers are just horrible at keeping this simple agreement. It is simple. Don't go below a certain price. Just because you think you need to price your item under MAP pricing, that's the only way you can do it. That doesn't mean that you just can. You have agreed with the brand not to sell under a MAP policy if you've signed it. They wouldn't let you buy the items to sell if you hadn't signed it, if they have this policy. So you're breaking the trust that you have with that brand. So I'm not saying you, dear listener. I'm saying people who are doing this, you in general.
Right.
So no wonder all these brands don't like Amazon sellers. They keep getting lied to and told, oh yeah, I won't break MAP. And then over and over again, the prices of their items are being priced below the agreed upon MAP.
Yeah. And you know why most Amazon sellers break MAP? It's because most Amazon sellers are 100% selfish and focused only on their own business. It makes sense why. I mean, let me explain. Let me explain myself if I'm stepping on some toes. Most Amazon sellers are used to retail arbitrage and online arbitrage, where they can be 100% selfish and only think about themselves and their own profits, and that's totally fine. That's how it's set up. But that's not how to successfully do wholesale on Amazon. Just like retail arbitrage is a different strategy than online arbitrage, wholesale sourcing is its own strategy too, where you need to learn how to do it correctly.
And earning wholesale accounts is more like dating than anything else. Just go with me here. Mm-hmm. In dating, it's important that you make a good first impression and to show the other person that you're a quality partner, because that's what you're signing up for when you start seeking wholesale sources, a working relationship, a partnership.
Absolutely. In fact, with all the wholesale relationships that we have with our own business, I mean, I actually know the first names of the contacts that I have with these brands. Moreover, there's been some times where I've sent Christmas gifts to most of my wholesale contacts during the holiday season as a sign of appreciation of them and to thank them for working for me. I mean, can you imagine sending a Christmas gift to a manager at a local Target? Or maybe a gift to someone at your favorite online arbitrage store? No, that would be weird because you're not focused on the health of the relationship. But with wholesale, it's all about creating and maintaining a mutually beneficial relationship. So when these wholesale brands get a random email or phone call from a complete stranger that says, "Hello, my name is Steven. I'd like to sell your products on my online store. Can you send me a product and price list?" That's almost like meeting a stranger and saying, "Hi, my name is Steven. Will you marry me?" I mean, I hope you get what I'm saying here.
Okay, so what are the best steps to show a brand that you're not a selfish buyer, but a buyer who has the brand's best interest in mind? You serve the brand. Mm-hmm. Here's just a short list of learnable skills that you can learn, that you can offer to help a wholesale brand with. And these are just in no particular order. You can help the brand get more sales by suggesting improved product titles. This is something that we do constantly because there are some brands that just don't know how to create good listings. And a product title can be an amazing way to improve a product page and get more sales.
Yeah. In fact, my favorite one is when the product title was only 2 words, Mario Puzzle. And we needed to improve that to kind of actually get the actual customers we're looking for.
Right. Like, okay, that could be anything. Mario Puzzle. Give me a little bit more help here. So that's one way that you can learn some skills about how to write good product titles and suggest that you help the brand with that. You could also help the brand get more sales by suggesting improved product detail page bullet points or descriptions. That goes along those same lines. It is a learned skill to make a good product page, and you can do that. You can also help the brand get more sales of their products by suggesting improved product images that follow Amazon's image guidelines. There are accounts that we have that we have had to tell them, this is a beautiful photograph. It looks great, and it looks great in your catalog, but it's not in Amazon's guidelines.
Yeah.
And so this could get suppressed, or you could have this listing taken down if you don't do something better about these pictures. You could also help the brand get more sales by pointing out which of the product's negative feedbacks. You could also help the brand get more sales by pointing out any of that product's customer reviews that have been left by customers who are violating Amazon's feedback policies. Those can be removed if they're violating the feedback policies. Some brands don't know about that. So do you see a trend here? You can do things with product pages, with the title, description, the images, the reviews that can help the brand make that product page better, and that will get more sales for that product, which means more sales for the brand.
Absolutely. And there's even a lot more that you can do that you can show you're actually an asset for the brand. But even just doing these 4 tasks that Rebecca just outlined, I mean, that can go a long way in helping the brand get more sales. I mean, with better titles, better descriptions, better images, fewer negative product reviews, all of that can help the brand's items show up higher in search results to more sales. And again, these are learnable skills. And there's many more of those skills that you can learn that, if done right, show the brand that you're on the same team as the brand and you're not a super selfish, annoying Amazon seller who just wants to buy from them and sell their products. In fact, this is a strategy that might even lead to you getting an exclusive selling contract where you earn the right to be the only seller of that brand allowed to sell products on Amazon. I mean, talk about possibilities. Being the only Amazon seller for that particular brand, that's awesome.
Okay, so earlier in this episode, Stephen said that the worst aspect of selling on Amazon, which is what we've been talking about, that most brands just flat out reject Amazon sellers without any explanation, that can actually be the best aspect of selling wholesale items on Amazon. So let's transition into understanding why this could actually be a good thing. So let's go back to the dating metaphor. Now you've learned that if you're wanting to start a reselling relationship with a wholesale brand, that you should not just, quote, propose on the first date. But instead, you should build up a relationship that's mutually beneficial. But all of that is going to be on your side of the wholesale relationship. Think about if you're wanting to start selling wholesale and you find a brand that's super easy and accepting to allow you to start selling their items on Amazon. Well, if it's super easy for you, then it's going to be super easy for other Amazon sellers to start selling that brand on Amazon as well. And then too many approved Amazon sellers by the wholesale brand will allow that brand to have too much competition and very little profit. And do you really want that? No. You want to sell brands on Amazon that only let a small number of accounts sell their products on Amazon.
So when you reach out to a wholesale brand and they tell you, we're not accepting any Amazon sellers, goodbye, now you know that that response is actually a good thing. You can pump your fist in the air and yell, yes, because now you know this is a good thing. Now it's time to earn that wholesale account by communicating with them that you're not a selfish seller, but that you want to actually serve the brand while you're selling their products on Amazon. Now, don't say word for word, quote, I am not a selfish seller. I'm here to serve you. Again, that would be weird. There are better ways to communicate that in your own words that allowing you to sell their items on Amazon would be greatly beneficial for the brand overall. In fact, if you want to download a template for you to use when reaching out to wholesale brands, you can go to fulltimefba.com/wholesale template, and you can also just go to our show notes page, fulltimefba.com/253, and you can download a template that we use. You can rewrite it in your own words and help increase the chances that a brand is actually going to allow you to sell their products on Amazon.
So now you know, if you want to set up a reselling relationship with a wholesale brand, you don't want to propose on the first date, but instead you can show them that you're actually a valuable asset for them to have on their team. And if you're wanting to learn even more about selling wholesale on Amazon, then join us in our free wholesale workshop. We put together a wholesale workshop for you about twice a year. And in fact, the day this episode drops, we're getting into our week of our wholesale workshop. We're going to be hosting our wholesale mentors for a super informative webinar. You don't want to miss it. There's going to be some great video content and some great live webinars that you don't want to miss. Sign up for it at fulltimefba.com/wholesale workshop.
But here's the deal. We know that a ton of people who listen to our podcast, the morning it drops, we know that y'all are out there, and we're really thankful for you. But we also know that many of you who are binging through previous episodes, and you're listening on a day which is way after when this wholesale workshop was taking place. And we have something for you too. Like I said, we do our wholesale focused workshops about twice a year. And you can follow the links we just said, fulltimefba.com/wholesale workshop. And if the wholesale workshop is not live at that moment, you can sign up for a notification email to be sent to you the moment our next wholesale workshop opens up, so that you can be able to learn what it is that we're wanting to help you with it when it comes to succeeding with wholesale. Again, that link again, fulltimefba.com/wholesale workshop. Either way, you're going to get what you're looking for to start successfully selling wholesale in your Amazon business.
Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of the Full-Time FBA Show. As a reminder, we have the show notes for you and any links that were mentioned in this episode at fulltimefba.com/253, because this is episode number 253.
And next week on the Full-Time FBA Show, we're going to be talking about the right mindset for scaling an Amazon FBA business. We're going to interview Jamie and Larissa Morales. They are Amazon sellers full-time. We're going to talk with them about mindset and scaling your Amazon business next week on the Full-Time FBA Show.
That's all for this episode of the Full-Time FBA Show. So head over to fulltimefba.com/podcast, where you'll find the show notes and links from this episode. While you're there, subscribe to our newsletter where you'll get several free downloads of our popular and helpful Amazon FBA resources. Now, take action on what you've learned today so you can find success at turning part-time hours into a full-time income with Amazon FBA.